Hey, what is up, people? Skywalker Hendrix here, back with another video for you guys today. Now, we have a little bit of a situation on our hands, guys. Today, the Artisan Anakin, long-awaited, rooted hair Anakin dropped. And I discussed this with a few friends that also collect Hot Toys and other people that do content specifically around 1/6 figures, and you know, I had kind of predicted that this was going to be a hot button figure when it finally did drop. It did get delayed about 4 months ago, and it finally dropped, and the community is divided. I've been seeing, which we'll take a look at some pictures here in a second, but we have really just seen a shift of, you know, this is crazy that people are even saying this, but people are saying this is the worst head sculpt they've ever seen. They think Hot Toys, you know, dropped the ball on this one. And I'm really here just to kind of give my personal thoughts. Now, I do have two of these guys coming. I have one coming from Pop Collectibles, which should be here very soon. I'm very excited. I'm excited to take a look in hand and show everyone what I think is a really, really great Anakin Skywalker figure in hand. Now, something, if you're not familiar with the Hot Toys community, when a figure gets dropped, they ship these figures, like a small batch of these figures, out to bloggers. And these bloggers take photos of the figure. Now, I don't know exactly if these bloggers are collectors themselves or what exactly it is. I think, yeah, I don't know. But if you're a seasoned Hot Toys collector, you know that you really can't make judgment off these blogger photos. And for some reason, every single time blogger photos come out, people lose their mind. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know why people aren't exactly used to this by now, but I feel like, I mean, even one of my buddies who's like just getting into Hot Toys told me, he's like, you know, you've said in the past that, you know, you can't really go off, and just in the figure community in general, whether it's 1/6, Hot Toys, Black Series, SH Figuarts, I mean, all of these companies, you just cannot really get a good feel for the quality and overall end result of these figures off promo pics and blogger photos. It's just, I don't know, people, for some reason, still, every time one of these blogger photos drop, people just, they make up their mind if this figure is trash or if it is good. And obviously Anakin Skywalker is probably I mean, you know, and they've released a Joker, Heath Ledger Joker. They've released a Jack Sparrow, and I want to say there's one more. But this is kind of, you know, Hot Toys' first run, really, you know, a good run at some of these rooted hair, you know, wool hair type figures. And yeah, I just, you know, with how important Anakin Skywalker is to some people, and I mean, he's the chosen one. I mean, he arguably is the main character of Star Wars. So I knew that this was going to be kind of a divisive figure, and obviously I'll just throw up some pictures right now. It just isn't what the prototype is. Prototypes are always the perfect the perfect representation of this figure. Hot Toys, you know, has someone hand paint these prototypes, and the photos, they really nail these photos, and then they ship them off to the bloggers. And I think any collectible out there never quite looks like the prototype. And I think the biggest glaring point of this figure in particular is the promo pics were, I mean, they were perfect. I don't think I saw anyone at all complaining about the promo pics, the original promo pics for this picture. And you know, it is unfortunate, as much as I tend to defend Hot Toys, and you know, I really do enjoy their products and just their overall way they do things over there. I think they are a really good company and really, you know, go the extra mile for collectors. It is unfortunate that sometimes it seems like they're selling you on this perfect promo pic, and then, you know, you get the thing in hand, and, you know, it's never gonna be like the promo pics. Like, we should all know this by now, but for some reason with Anakin, you know, people got really excited, and I don't blame anyone. We all got really excited seeing these promo pics. Like I said, they were literally perfect. So yeah, I think that, and then the blogger photos just are never quite as good as what you get in hand. I don't know what these bloggers do. I hate to call for people to like lose their jobs or whatever, but Hot Toys needs to stop with the blogger photos. They just never quite come out as good as what you actually get in hand. And I will be throwing some pictures up of what you actually get in hand. And I will say, the one thing that I can like agree with is the hair is just like a little bit too dark. It's more strained towards, I wouldn't even say black hair, but it's a darker hair color, and I think that just is throwing the whole thing off. Now, to me personally, I think this thing looks absolutely fantastic, and I cannot wait to get this in the collection. But, you know, I think some of the criticism is like somewhat warranted, but overall, I think the actual sculpt and paint apps and everything like that is superb. This figure looks absolutely amazing, and even the little bit of darker hair, like, it's just not enough to make me turn on this figure. Like I said, I still have 2 coming. I'm not canceling any orders or anything like that, because I think if there are people out there that canceled their order based on these blogger photos, you're a fool. And, you know, obviously do what you want, it's your money, but I really think that people are going to regret this decision. People are going to be getting it in hand, reviews are going to be starting to come out, and people are going to be like, damn, like, I just canceled this figure, and this thing is already going for $1,200 on the aftermarket. I mean, and I knew it was going to happen. I knew this figure was going to be $1,000 figure by the time it actually comes out. And obviously the retail price was $410, so I think that also plays into it, where if you have a previous Anakin, like I have the Dark Side Revenge of the Sith Anakin, the original Dark Side Anakin that they did, and besides this new head sculpt with the wool hair and the updated face sculpt, there's just not like enough different about this figure. It's basically a re-release with an updated head sculpt, rooted hair, all that good stuff. For me, that was an upgrade that I feel like is warranted. Maybe you could argue not $410, but your average Hot Toy is running around 300 anyway on average. So in my mind, hair, like actual hair on top of that, I mean, Hot Toys head sculpts these days are superb, and we'll kind of take a look into that here shortly as well. But to me, it was worth the $410. So I got this figure. I was lucky enough to, and that's another part that plays into this, is this was a very exclusive figure. I believe around 2,000, maybe a little less. So it's very elusive. A lot of people wanted this figure and missed out, and I think that plays into it, of people that missed out and they're kind of coping a little bit. And I don't want to act like anyone's opinion is invalid in the slightest. I mean, if you think this, obviously I would disagree that this is not a bad head sculpt at all. It is still a very good head sculpt. This figure, in my opinion, just looks absolutely fantastic. But yeah, that could play into it. And then just, I don't know, Anakin is just such a beloved character that it feels like if it isn't perfect, it's just a little bit of a disappointment. Now, to me, I just don't think that this is a disappointment to me. And people could say that I'm coping, that, you know, I spent $400 on this figure and I'm like trying to convince myself that it's good. But I'll say when I saw the blogger photos, I was like, oh no. I was literally, and I didn't necessarily think it was like terrible or like jarring how terrible it looked. But I'm also used to this. I've seen a figure that is very recent, which is, it's just funny to me that this is happening 6 months later with the exact same character. I will grab him real quick, but the Attack of the Clones Anakin, if I can, I mean, the blogger photos came out for this guy, and I do have a review up of this figure if anyone wants to take a closer look under some better lighting here, because this is not great lighting. But in my opinion, this is a top 3 head sculpt in the Star Wars Hot Toys line. It is that good in my opinion, and the same thing happened. The prototype, you know, the initial promo pics, fantastic. I mean, people were saying, and this was before the Artisan Anakin had even been announced. People were already saying this is the best Hayden likeness, this is one of the best head sculpts. Blogger photos come out, this is trash, they dropped the ball, blah blah blah. People start getting it in hand, this is one of the best head sculpts, underrated. Like, it's just funny to me that this exact situation has happened with an Anakin figure 6 months ago. So that just tells me everything that I feel like I need to know. I just am very, very confident. We've seen some in-hand pictures of this Artisan Anakin by now, and it looks fantastic. You guys will see, I'll have a review up on the channel probably within the next couple weeks. Pop Collectibles did say they should start shipping, like, I'll get my arrival email this weekend. And Pop Collectibles crazy fast shipping, so if everything goes as planned, I should have this by the end of next week. So I'm just very excited to show everyone how much people overreacted. I really think this figure is going to be fantastic, and a lot of people that canceled their order is going to regret this 100%. Like, I would put money on it. I just think this figure looks good. I don't think it's anything new that Hot Toys, you know, nothing ever looks like the promo images. I mean, those are like picture perfect, literally picture perfect representations of the figure that you're getting. So you can't really ever judge. Like, this is not new information here. It's very interesting. But I will say, it is Anakin Skywalker, and you know, specifically, it is his most kind of iconic look besides actually being Darth Vader. So I understand it. I understand the kind of criticisms and panic, even in a way. But I think we've been here before, and it's happened plenty of times where a blogger photo comes out and you're like, oh, it doesn't quite look as great as we thought it was going to. But then you get it in hand and it's like, oh, this is fantastic. Like, what are the bloggers doing? So that is just the common thread here. And I think this situation is no different. So yeah, really, from the photos I'm throwing up here, let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments. I just kind of wanted to give my 2 cents on this whole situation. It's kind of taken the community by storm. Really, the last 24 hours. I mean, this figure dropped this time last night, if that, 10 p.m. last night. So it's been almost 24 hours, not even, and it feels like we went through all these, like, it's been a roller coaster all day. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments. What do you think of this figure? Do you think it's gonna look good in hand, or, you know, does Hot Toys need to maybe rethink hiring these blogger people? So thank you all for watching. Again, my 2 cents. I don't want to act like my opinion is better than anyone else's, and anyone's opinion is valid. It's all pretty much subjective at the end of the day. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Stay tuned, plenty of more Hot Toys reviews coming. Yeah, just keep in touch. Got tons of Hot Toys stuff coming, so I gotta review the Bad Batch, Yoda, Dooku, bunch of figures sitting in a pile over next to me here. So the Dewback is coming. Obviously this Artisan Anakin is gonna be coming very shortly, so stay tuned. You'll see this figure in hand, and I guess if, you know, you missed out and want to go pay $1,200, then it's crazy. It's crazy, guys. But anyway, shout out to my channel members. Y'all are the top G's, but I appreciate each and every person that watches my videos. As always, guys, may the Force be with you. Ayy.